The Boondocks clip is from a real video? Yeah, as always.
It is a word that evokes many emotions in people. It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a Jefferson County high school teacher has now received the longest suspension on record for calling a student the N-word.
A lot of stuff on
WHAS
Boondocks.
defender Renee.
A lot of stuff that Boondocks clips out is real, including the "I want man butt, I want to f you Chris Hansen" moment.
Murphy investigates what happened and why in this story you'll only see on 11.
Valley Traditional High School is in the middle of a racial controversy right now. A teacher used the N-word towards a student. The word is only 6 letters long, but the impact is far-reaching.
Oh my God. Dude, local news is so funny, bro. Local news coverage on this is hilarious. The word is only 6 letters long, but the impact is far-reaching. Oh, that's awesome.
And we do want to warn you that some of the...
Also, 6? Wait, hold up. 6? 6? Wait. I'm a bit confused. That's not how many. I had to check myself. I was like, am I doing the math wrong? Nope. That's strange. Okay.
Language in this story is strong, and it may offend you. It may offend some other people. But since the story is not just about the N-word, it's also about the teacher's intent and definition of the word, we have decided to leave it in the story for you to decide.
And what did he say specifically to you?
Sit down, nigga.
Keyshawn Chambers is a freshman at Valley High School, a Boy Scout, a football player, a member of the ROTC, an honor roll student. He was hanging around his teacher's classroom door in December. The teacher told him to sit down, and the teacher says that Keyshawn...
Oh my God, he is the most Caucasian teacher. Oh my lordy.
N-word first.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga.
Bro. Too ahead of his time. Teacher says that right now. That's $1 million that he can get in a GoFundMe campaign. That's $1 million that he could farm. He gets fired the next day, instantly on like one of those Give, Send, Go, Chuffed, whatever the those off-brand Temu GoFundMe websites that I suspect are entirely designed around being able to give white supremacists and racists money. Now, dude, right, will say he said it too wokely.
And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
The school district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
The school district said that is not what we trained you to do, sir.
Tried to say I said it, and I didn't say it, and no one else in the class knows that I said it because I didn't.
Documents from the school investigation show that several of the students interviewed from Valley did not hear Keyshawn say the N-word first. Dawson says that students use the slang version of the N-word at Valley High School all the time. He says Nigger is a racial slur, but says that students use Nigga as often as they'd say dude or hey man. And Dawson says as much as he does not like the word, he still used the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it. And I'm trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it. Nigga. That, nigga this, nigga please. Nigga, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was suspended for 10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training.
Bro literally wrote it down, hard R, all of it. Like he wanted it to be reflected on every medium possible. You know what I mean? Let's be for real. This was him trying to be woke.
He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using the N-word.
Bro, he modified the soft A with an H. I don't even know what's going on at that point. Like he just
will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
Paul Dawson says that he is sorry for the way things were handled.
It's crazy because people will look at this and be like, yeah, DEI training is unnecessary. It's like, no, I think you know, a little bit of woke re-education is definitely not unnecessary. Yeah, Kai Cenat said he's single and will never be in another relationship again. And then Kai Cenat's ex-girlfriend Gigi says she broke up with Kai and accused him of painting a false narrative and shutting down the rumors that she cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy. I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative off of fake Twitter posts and saying, I've never cheated on you and you know that. I've never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please. I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off of fake Twitter posts and saying, oh God, they're farming us. I don't think they're, why is there daily drama in the streamer space? I mean, there's always drama in the streamer space. A big part of streaming is parasocial relationships and a lot of viewers feeling a sense of entitlement over.
Hi, it's Marco Rubio.
Yeah, feeling a sense of entitlement over their favorite content creators and whatever the they're up to in their personal lives, constantly seeking out more and more, constantly seeking out more and more of it. It's like an interactive reality TV show. Why is Rubio's desk so tiny? I don't know. But we got little Marco and his little desk. Tiny Marco with his tiny desk. With how much the streaming space has changed, do you think you would have started knowing what you do now? Yes. I wouldn't change a damn thing in my life. I mean, there's some things I would have changed for sure. There's definitely some collaborations I wouldn't have engaged with. And there's definitely a different kind of PR management I would have done for myself, you know, personal, managing my own personal public relations, not like hiring a PR team or anything like that. But as far as where I'm at, are you kidding me? I don't think you guys understand. And I talk about this since it's like since what is this? And it's a guy, the quoted tweet has 300K likes, and it's a guy showing up at a daycare demanding to see kids, showing up to a daycare with a camera, looking through the windows and demanding to see the children is the weirdest behavior ever. Of course, he's being treated as a hero for it. Modern conservative media. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. But one of the things I wanted to, no, I don't have a PR team. You hired a PR. I knew someone was going to think I hired a PR team. No, I've never hired a PR team, and I will never hire a PR team because what I do is impossible to do PR around. Okay. It doesn't work like that. My point was I would have managed certain narratives a little bit better without leaning into it or without talking about it. And I think that was one of the biggest problems that I engaged in was consistently. Doesn't that mean to do PR for some level for you? No, they don't. It's inbound. It's inbound. I keep explaining this to you. It's all inbound. Okay. The true haters say night is your PR. Ugh, whatever. In any case, listen, I love your content, bro, but maybe sit this one out. PR isn't the strong suit here. No, that's what I'm saying. One of the worst things I did, in my opinion, if I'm reflecting back on my whole career, okay, one of the worst things I did, especially in 2020, like in 2021, sorry, was a sequence of people yelling at me over shit that they would never yell at other people over, specifically because of who I was, okay, and specifically because of what I was saying. The house, the streamer revenues leaking, and just like the car, the Gucci shirt, all this stuff, and consistently trying to get people to understand what the truth was. Reimbursement is even the funniest one because that wasn't even a real thing at all. That was just the LSF narrative, right? Like that wasn't even a real thing. But there were so many instances where I thought I could just like explain certain things and over explain certain things, right? Because I thought people would actually be understanding, not realizing that for many people, it wasn't actually about, you know, a confusion, or it wasn't actually about like a genuine miscommunication or anything like that. There were a lot of people who were just like pumping it for content. It was very disingenuous. And that is when I learned, oh, you're not supposed to actually answer any of this stuff. You're supposed to just keep pushing and do whatever the you're doing. Because for a lot of people, I think it's not necessarily about who you actually. It's not necessarily about like a misunderstanding or anything like that. For a lot of people, it's just fun. They don't owe me anything. Random people don't owe me shit. They just see me as like they just see me as a reality TV star with and that's how most people see it. They see it as content. They see these people on their screens, myself as well, as just like content, right? Content to consume, content that you can actually farm as well, content that you can actually change the like content that is more interactable, right? And for that reason, I was wrong about my initial assessment where I thought like, no, people will understand if I just describe what's going on, right? That was dumb. That was wrong. That was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. And I think there would have been a lot less backlash that came after that, you know, feeding the trolls. So I think that was a big part of the problem. Having said that, however, I actually rewatched your convo debate with Tramrex and XQ the other day, and it was so goddamn painful to watch you explain the same thing over and over in different ways and still being met with the same line that you somehow don't live what you preach. There's just some people that don't actually care about the truth and just want to push their own narratives about you no matter what you say. Exactly. 100%. But I've learned from that. I've learned from that, and I think I've done much better. I've done a much better job of like dealing with that kind of stuff. I think I've done a much better job of dealing with that kind of shit now. And you might say, oh, you still get caught up in drama or whatever the right? You might still say like, oh, you get caught up in the drama all the time. With how much drama there would be if I did actually lean into it and consistently talked about it, you have no idea. I would be constantly in controversy after controversy. The reason why that's not the case is because you guys just, you just gotta let it wash over you. You know, responding over and over again is not actually going to make people understand your side. That's it. It would be 100 times worse. You know, you're seen as one of the more serious and mission-driven content creators, so people put you on a pedestal, which they shouldn't. I mean, I don't think they should have. I don't think they should either. That's why you're a bad propagandist. You use logic, expecting audiences to also use logic. Sophism is OP. Yeah, for sure. Having said all of that, though, look, there's someone still doing it. How do you reconcile buying a car from the most successful luxury brands in the world and being a socialist? I'm not being a dick, genuinely interested in how to resolve materialistic goals without being an overt consumer. There's nothing wrong with being an overt consumer, okay? Anyone who tells you that this actually is there's obviously limitations to that, right? But it has nothing to do with like the actual commodity consumption aspect of it at all. It's a lease in any case. But having said that, once again, there's no reason to defend it at all. It's fine, you know? See, I'm still bad at it. I think you did better at convincing people when you didn't engage with every argument or controversy to the same degree as you do now. So much of the drama that comes out of this community comes out of your need to justify yourself to an audience of 30K people. True. Anyway, okay, listen to me. The point I was going to make is this. All things considered, I never would have imagined where I would be right now when I first started streaming on Twitch. Okay? I never would have imagined, like my goal was to be the largest political content creator. My goal, I never was guaranteed that level of success as the largest political content creator. But I also certainly never in a million years would have thought that I would be one of the largest content creators in general. Okay? This is why I don't take this shit for granted. Okay? That's it. I don't take this shit for granted at all. Sorry, I should have said the largest left content creator. Because the reality of the matter is you can't, there have been moments where I have been the largest political content creator in North America in general, but it's always going to be a much more difficult endeavor to tackle right-wing content creators who have ginormous audiences and unlimited funds to tap into. I have leftist friends that say they don't like you, and when I ask, they usually say you can't take criticism and always assume it's bad faith, and constantly defending yourself makes you look bad. I can't see why a casual observer would think that when people don't realize how big the fuck Hasan apparatus is, because most people don't know that. They only see the fuck Hasan apparatus. And also leftists have a tendency to assume that every single criticism is actually done in good faith. That's the unfortunate reality. I'm already getting stuck right after I said what I had said. Let's get to Marco Rubio. Secretary Rubio gives year in review. Let's take a look at this
I'm the
dog
National
shit
Security
year.
Advisor and the Secretary of State and the archivist right now, the acting archivist for the 47th President of the United States, the best president we've ever had, and it's an honor to be able to do this job. We have a lot of achievements this year. Let's start with the peace deals. One peace deal after another. India, Pakistan were ready to go to war, a very dangerous war. The president stopped it. Cambodia and Thailand, we got that peace deal put in place. Azerbaijan and Armenia, a war that could have started that would have been terrible. We put that into place. And of course, Gaza, that long war, nobody saw an end to it. The president got involved, brought it to an end, and with a plan for long-term stability and security. Beyond that, we went to Europe this year, and the president got NATO to do something no president has ever been able to get NATO to do, and that is increase their defense spending to 5%. Just a few years ago, they were at 1%, 2%, 5% for all these countries, an incredible achievement by President Trump and his team.
Good luck, man. This is going to really do numbers. Oh, shit. 41,000 views in 3 days. I'm not even touching this. This is the Joe Brandon shit.